How are we all? Lovely weather we've been having, isn't it? So, pond, luminous green, not because of any chemicals, literally. But UV's broke, so we'll talk about that in a minute. Pretty much done it here now. So, what I've decided to do, see the little like strips in the corner. I was going to silicone them, but they do external 90s because you can bend them. They're not like fitted in place. So all I've done is bent them the other way and put them in the corners. So all I'm going to decide what to do is how to, like, they're not in yet. So how I'm going to glue them in. I don't know whether to silicone the backs and then push them in, leave them, or whether to just get some tacks and tack it in. I suppose, well, either way, once it's on, it's on. But, yeah, these are playing catch up now, so everything's been running fine. Getting a bit of feed into them. I just didn't have a UV, and I've been waiting for one bought off eBay. Said next day delivery, 5 days later, still not there. So I ordered another one from Amazon, that came next day. I put that on, and it's I got the idea from, let's just switch off for a sec. Black Country Core Davy. So they're literally, it's just in. So it's in there, and it's literally just like a little. Let me just pop the top off. Yeah. So for now, I've got obviously that one there, and there's one under there. I am going to run one. Yeah, but like I said, it's playing catch up, so it's a little bit cloudy. But what we got in here, though? Yeah. So what we got in here, we've got some Benigoys, Karashis. What we got? Some Marudo, Sankeys. I've got a bit of mixture of everything. Got Goshki, Deutsch Shower. Yeah, got Parachina. I've got one little it's like a Jimrin Tancho Achiba. But yeah. See if they come up for some. Yeah, a bit of everything really. I've probably made the mistake already of the Benigoys and obviously the Crashies, as people know, they're absolutely piling on the size already. So I don't know if that's going to hold back the other fish, but for now these are just a bit of fun. I'm going to try and grow them, get some size onto them, see what they develop like. I've got 4 Sankeys in there. They're all a little bit different, and they're literally just for me to see what happens with them, see whether they go the way I think they're going to go. Or there's one, I'll try and get a picture. Just pinches at the back of its gill plate, like the body just pinches in, and I want to know whether if I constantly feed that when it gets bigger, will that grow out, or is it like a defect that's always going to be there? So it's just a little bit for me to just check on, really. So you've got that big orange one there, I don't know what that is. You've got this darker one here. There is also this Akamatsuba there, I don't know if yeah, Akamatsuba there. And there is a sort of like a Deutsch. See if I can get it. It's not going to come. Like a Deutsch Achiba, like Sorogoi type thing. It's lost its pattern, but you can just see the outline. They're all free to a good home, so if anyone wants them, just drop me an email. Yeah, I want to get out of here, and I want to try and keep the sizes the same, because obviously they were just to start the cycle going. But yeah. All good out here. Obviously here then what I've had to do is these were leaning over, so I've dug the back out and put them straight. I've kept these straight. What I need to do up here, this has been left really. So parcels have come. I don't know about you, but I've got into the habit of like buying stuff at like 2-3 o'clock in the morning when I'm just on my phone, like scrolling through. So I've literally bought way too much food. I've got a bag of sake. I've bought the FD. It's not build up. FD. I think it's staple, but it's there. It's classed as their like growth food. And so I've got growth sink and growth flow. But what they say is, it says on the back of the packet not to use this food that I've got for higher than this size. So Toson and this side, it's fine to feed 100%. But they're saying that if you're using it for older fish, you need to like mix it in with a balanced sort of food. I don't know if anyone else has followed that, or whether they just feed it, I don't know. It's a bit different to what you normally use. Like they're saying that's for Tosa, but they're quite big pellets. But yeah, what I'm going to do now is fill the feeder up. So I've got no qualms with this whatsoever. It's really nice, good bit of kit really, the JBL. Yeah, so I'm going to quickly fill this in here now then is... Yeah, but out of the way. Yeah, just got a mixture of it all really. So I've obviously got the Saki balance, I've got the FD build-up growth sort of thing, and then I've just got leftover Saki sinking. Literally the Saki's just in there sinking, is just to stop them all from the feeding frenzy. So yeah, that's one job down. So let's talk about this. This pond has been green now for probably 2 weeks going on. Probably this is the 3rd week. Now it's not been too bad because the weather has been really hot and sunny, so sort of like got worse because of it, but also look at him. Wait. Yeah, it's got worse because obviously the weather, and then also because the UV's been broke. Now the UV was still under warranty, but it's an inline UV, so they wanted me to, which is, to be fair, I think it's like anyone, you can't expect someone to just give me a new. I thought I could just literally, so I said to them, I'll buy a new one, send you the old one once the new one's arrived, fit it, and then you will obviously see it's broke and then refund me the money for the new one. But they were saying that because it could be something really small, that they won't refund me the full price of the other one, so I could end up with 2. So after a bit of like discussion back and forwards, he basically said I need a new ballast for the UV. Now these are about 70 quid, right? So they're not the cheapest of things. I'm hoping now, if we go in there now, I'm hoping that I'll just connect this up. I've already put a new bulb on it, that didn't work. I've also changed the fuse in the plug, that didn't work. So it literally only left one thing really that could be wrong. So I'm hoping now if I chuck that in, it will start up, and then hopefully get this water back to somewhat. Oh, it's good for me, isn't it? It's not good for the fish. I'll tell you what, actually, this green water for the fish, when they come up to feed, I can already tell the colour of the Shiro is banging. Like you can see like the lustre in the skin. It is absolutely banging. So I'm going to put these away, and then get into the filter house and hopefully get this UV on. Yeah, so like I said, I've changed the bulb, did nothing. Also, might as well give it a clean one there. Also changed the fuse, didn't work. So yeah, I'm just going to take the front cover off this now and show you. But it is literally just this thing that needs replacing. I hope, anyway, that's what I hope. So, literally just a ballast. I find it stupid though, like, so I had my pump go for the backy shower outside. I was only using it on and off, literally just to clear the water through. That pump broke, but what was happening is it was just switching off. So literally as I pressed on, the RCD in the main fuse board went. So I didn't know what to do. So what I did is I changed it for one of these, like the control boxes in here, to see if it was that, which it wasn't. So obviously I spoke to Skeg, that's who I got it from. He said yeah, fine, he'll send it back, because again with EA, their like protocol is they have to like obviously test it before they can send you something back, which is fair enough. When it's an inline system, like I don't know what they was expecting me to do. What, get a bit more pipe and run it in, or buy a new one and just hope that, you know what I mean? So I've paid extra now for something that really I didn't need. I shouldn't have had to do really. So that's all off. So yeah, anyway, with the pump, that got sent back. And I'll speak to Skeg, because again I was lucky that that's on a separate system for something I don't need. If it was something for like the Nexus, you'd be up in the shit really, especially with the weather as well. When it's like 25 degrees outside, you can't be going like a week without a pump. So as I was speaking to Skeg, he said they're like thing is, they say everyone should have a spare pump. So like, yeah, with a warranty claim, it shouldn't be a problem because you should have a spare backup waiting to go on your pond to then be able to send another one back, which I think is ridiculous, really. Considering the product's not meant to break anyway, you know what I mean? What are they doing? Assuming that their product's going to break, so you need a spare backup because it's definitely going to go. So, I'm hoping it's literally going to be literally a swap in, swap out. They are identical. A few numbers are different. Obviously, it might be batch number or whatever, but so literally, I'm going to take those two out, top and bottom. That one out there, so it goes red, blue, earth. Yeah, and I'm hoping I've got everything else sorted. So I'm going to quickly get this done now, and then I'll get back to you. Now that was a piece of cake. So literally all you've got to do is you've got like your little terminals here, that's like live, neutral, earth, and then see there you've got the little lines. All you got to do is get a little flathead, push it down, this is like the hardest bit of all of it, and then get the cable and put it into the hole. It's like opens up the hole, so you've got to press down on that, then put your cable in, and then when you let go it like locks it in place. That's literally it. All these now make sense. So you've got 1 and 2, so your cables, you've got blue and brown, they come literally, put them straight back into where they come from, 1 and 2 on that side. You leave out 4, you leave out 3, you put them in 5 and 6. You can't get any easier, to be fair. So yeah, them little lines, press them down, put the cable in, release it, that locks it into place. And you just follow the diagram here, 1 and 2, you know what I mean? So that's back up and running now. What I'm going to do is, I've cleaned it, I'm going to time it now and see how long it takes to go from green to clear. So I haven't actually seen the fish for a while. All I do now is I hand feed at around 9-10 o'clock at night just to watch them come up. I do catch them every now and then when I'm here when the feeder goes off. But the chag looks like he's getting some size onto him. So does the kajaku. Yeah, and their skin luster looks brilliant. So hopefully what I might do is, as soon as it goes clear, have a little look at them through the window. If they look half decent, I might get them out and give them a measure. I'm undecided yet. Depends on what they look like. I know the one, the kahaku, the Dainichi kahaku, I know it had a little knock on its side and it wasn't going. It literally stayed. It wasn't like really bad like what I've been having, but it was like got no better, got no worse, and it's been months now. So I'm sort of on the line of leave it and let the food and heat and, you know what I mean, let it heal itself instead of me getting it out podding and poking. So yeah, that's really it for me. Yeah, luckily I had me pump on warranty, otherwise that'd been a fair bit. The UV in the end cost me, I just looked at the receipt, 50 quid. They are £70 on live. But I don't know whether I don't know whether speaking to Coastal Koi, because that's where I got my UV from, I don't know whether he just done me a deal. So let's have a little quick look at these now. Like again, yeah, I don't even know what that one fish is. It's just a dark fish. Yeah, don't really know what it is. But it's mad. I've got one, I think it's from Marudo, Benigor. Others are from Oyu, and you think that they're Benigors, you can't tell the difference. I can look in here now, I can choose exactly which one's which because it's like they're just completely changed. What I'll do is actually now is I've got a little clip of especially the chag and not the chags, the karashis and a few like the oddballs. I think I've got a Shiro in there. I think I've got platinums. I'll put a little clip in now of when I first got them. That's them already now. They are on, what will I do? Do 6 feeds a day because I don't really want to push the easy. I did try and ask a few questions out there. Can you push them past what they say? Because I think EA's what do you call it, like their guidelines for K1 is I think I can feed about 125 grams a day, which I'm pretty close to that anyway, and it's a new pond, like a new filter system. So I don't want to be pushing them too hard, because really what the plan is, I'm going to learn from a few of these now, grow them up to the end of the season, thin them out a little bit, keep the few, because I know if all the Karashis and the Benigors get to the size that get to 30 cm, I know they'll be too big in this tank. And then what I'll do is over the winter I'll just keep them ticking over, and then next year I'll sort of get my orders in early. I've got a few ideas of what I want to do, but it just takes planning and I think I'm going to try and order something before the mad rush of toe size season, and then really I'm going to try and dedicate it. So if I want an Akamatsuba, I'll buy 20 of them or 30 of them, put them in here, and then I'll just go through them all and try and get the better one. So then hopefully it becomes in the main pond really. That's the plan. Whether it works or not, I don't know. But I'm already, with this been running a few weeks now, I'm already enjoying this probably more in the main pond. I know I've had my problems in the main pond, but just from watching these go from little stick thin things to getting some body on them already, because you've got so many of them, you can also, like me, my girlfriend's been coming down in the mornings and she hand feeds them, which she's got more patience in there. I'll just throw it in and stand back and watch. She comes down, puts the bab to sleep, and then comes down and gives them a little hand feed. So yeah, we're already enjoying this bit. Probably, I think everyone should do this, to be honest. I'm sure I'll learn much more there in this little tank now than I will in the main pond, because what I was doing in the main pond is I was buying fish that are pretty much 80% there. All you've got to do is grow them, and in that short space of time they'll either go wrong or they'll just get bigger and get better. Whereas these, I can already, I've bought a few that could go wrong and could go right, and it'll just be a learning experience for me whether what I'm now looking for better toe size. So when you start looking at jumbo toe size, I'll have a better idea of what farm is good for what one thing and what's none for another. So yeah, and that is me done.